Everyone in the city knew the billionaire's twin daughters. They were beautiful, brilliant, and utterly untamable. No one could handle them, not the best tutors, not the strictest nannies, not even their own father with all his influence and authority. Their reputation spread faster than their father's business, empire stories of defiance, pranks, and rebellion whispered through private schools and luxury parties alike. But behind those headlines and tantrums were two young hearts, trapped in a world where love was often replaced by luxury. They weren't bad by nature, they were just unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. The world called them spoiled, but deep down, they were simply lost souls testing every boundary, hoping someone would finally care enough to stay. Everyone tried to control them. No one tried to understand them. Until one man did the least likely person of all. Ben came a man no one ever expected to make a difference at Janitor. A single father just trying to make ends meet. He wasn't part of their glittering world. He swept floors, fixed broken lights, and quietly went about his work, invisible to those who passed him by. But what no one saw was the strength behind his silence and the warmth in his eyes. He'd faced life's storms alone, raising his little girl with nothing but determination and heart. When he was assigned to work in the billionaire's mansion, he didn't see spoiled children. He saw two broken spirits crying out for something real. He didn't approach them with fear or flattery, but with patience, humor, and a quiet confidence that came from knowing what truly mattered. The twins didn't realize it yet, but their lives were about to change forever. Bet. He never tried to control them the way others did. Instead, he listened. When they yelled, he stayed calm. When they tested his patience, he smiled. Slowly, he began to understand what everyone else had missed. Their defiance wasn't a challenge. It was a cry for connection. He didn't punish them for breaking rules. He taught them why rules mattered. He shared stories from his own life, not to impress them, but to show them that pain, loss, and love are what make people real. He didn't treat them like privileged brats. He treated them like human beings. And in return, for the first time, they began to treat him like more than a janitor. They began to see in him something they'd never known before, someone who cared enough to stay, no matter how hard they pushed him away. He never lectured them about manners or morals. Instead, he showed them through his actions what those words truly meant. When something broke, he fixed it without complaint. When the kitchen staff were overwhelmed, he helped quietly without being asked. The twins watched him at first with curiosity, then admiration. They began to notice the small things, the way he said thank you to everyone, the way he smiled even after long hours, the way he treated every person with respect, no matter their role. Slowly, they started to mirror his kindness. They helped out, not for praise, but because it felt good to do something right. For the first time, they found joy in simplicity and laughter, in gratitude, in giving instead of taking. What money had failed to teach them, this humble man taught effortlessly by simply living with heart. Being a single father had taught him more about love than any book or classroom ever could. He knew what it meant to sacrifice, to show up even when he was tired, to listen when words failed. He treated the billionaire's daughters with that same steady care he gave his own little girl, firm when he needed to be, gentle when it mattered most. He didn't demand their respect. He earned it through consistency and kindness. Slowly, the twins began to open up, letting their guard down piece by piece. They laughed with him, trusted him, and even sought his advice when life felt confusing. For the first time, they felt safe enough to be vulnerable. His love didn't just change their behavior, began to heal the parts of them no one had ever touched. And in that quiet healing, the impossible finally started to happen. In the end, it wasn't the billionaire's power or the wealth surrounding those girls that transformed them. It was the quiet strength of one man's character. The janitor never sought recognition. He simply lived by the values that guided his every step. The twins, who once measured worth in diamonds and attention, began to see life through his eyes. They discovered that respect isn't bought, it's built. That love doesn't come from luxury, it comes from loyalty. He showed them that true greatness isn't in titles or possessions, but in compassion and courage. When the billionaire finally saw the change in his daughters, the softness in their hearts, the light in their eyes, he realized something money had never been able to buy: humility. The janitor didn't just change their behavior, he changed their definition of what it means to be rich.